start with the butternut squash. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the very end off. Now butternut squash, it's a tough squash to get cut open, but if you got a sharp enough knife, you can do it. Just be careful. I'm going to go on this end. You hear that? That's how tough that outer skin is. And this is the inside. Look how pretty and orange. And like I said, these this butternut squash and the pumpkins have been curing in my pantry. I've had them just in a big basket in a dark corner, and they've been curing probably about a month. But you see how pretty that is. See the color of the skin on the butternut squash. When I picked it, it wasn't green. I don't like picking them green unless they're starting to rot or something. But it was just barely starting to turn this tan color, and the squash bugs were taking over my plants, so I went ahead and picked them. But they've been sitting in the pantry curing, and they look really pretty. So we're going to cut, this is called sugar pie pumpkin. It's a pumpkin for making pies, and it's going to be a little tough too. And I'm just going to cut it in half. Now it's a yellow meated pumpkin. It's not going to, whoops, kind of got off there. It's not going to be real orange in the middle, but they're really sweet. And I'm going to save the seeds on probably the pumpkin. I'm going to save the seeds, and I'm going to roast the seeds. So the next step is taking the seeds out. You're just going to take a spoon, and you're going to go in there and just scrape all the seeds and the now some people just leave it in there and go ahead and bake their squash and pumpkins with seeds and string in it, and it does make it easier really to get that stuff out because it just comes on out. But I'm going to take mine out. I'm going to get me a different spoon, and you're just going to keep scraping till you get that stringy stuff out. And if you miss a little bit, it's no big deal. It's just part of the squash. So I'm going to put that in my baking pan. I'm going to get the seeds and the strings out of this one too. And I'll probably, I'll keep the seeds out of this too. I'll roast them too. I don't know. I may not. I'm going to be using my little tabletop oven, convection oven, because it's still hot here at the house, and I don't want to turn my big gas oven on. So you have to have a pan, a baking dish that fits in there. So I may just have to kind of cut my pumpkin up just a little bit and place it around my pan. Now the pumpkin's going to have a lot more seeds and string. So just get as much out as you can. Get all the seeds out, but get as much of the string out as you can. Leave some of it, it's not going to hurt. Now I've got one more half that I need to get seeds and string out of. I'll tell you what, this little pumpkin had a lot of seeds. Butternut squash makes the best pies. So if you like, or if you love pumpkin pie, you would love butternut squash pie. It's just, it has such a sweet, natural flavor to it. In fact, I tried one, and it's probably, I like pumpkin pie, but the butternut squash has become my favorite. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix the two once I get them baked. everything. So I'm going to place my squash in this pan. Hopefully I can get it all in there. Seed. Now I washed the outside of my squash and my pumpkin real good. And what I'm going to do is, once I get this in here, I'm going to put 1/4 of a cup of water in the bottom of this pan. So let me get my water. And I'm going to put it in this pan, in baking pan, 1/4 cup, and we're going to get it in the convection oven, and we're going to bake at 325 for about an hour. I'm going to check it at 45 minutes because these were kind of small squashes, and see how tender they are. And then we'll come back and we'll make us a pie. So we'll see you in a little bit. Okay, I'm going to show y'all. It baked for an hour, and it's real tender. You can see how that skin's just coming off of that squash. Or you can take it like this, just kind of squeeze it out and scrape it off that skin. But either way, it'll come off real easy. So I'm going to get this squash and the pumpkin, get the skin off of it, and I'll be back and we'll get our pie stuff together. I've got my squash here in my food processor, and I want it to be smooth. Yeah, that's a lot better. So I'm going to get the rest of my ingredients together, and we'll put this together. Okay, we're going to put, I've got 12 ounces of evaporated milk. I've got 2 cups of pureed butternut squash. And I've got 12 ounces of evaporated milk. And I'm going to pour about 3/4 of it for right now. I've got 2 eggs. I'm going to put a whole teaspoon of cinnamon, about 1/2 teaspoon of ginger. And I've got 3/4 cup of brown sugar. So let's get this blended up. Yeah, I don't want to put any more milk than that in it. Okay, I got all that blended up, and we'll get it in our pie shell. my pie crust ready, and I want to make 2 pies, so I doubled the recipe. But I'll put the recipe in the box below. Just make sure that when you make up your fresh squash or pumpkin for your pie, that you have at least 2 full cups of squash for each pie. So I doubled it. But I'm going to get my filling in here in each one of these. And my oven is heating up to 400 degrees. And I've got my little doohickeys here on the side of the crust to keep the crust from burning before the pie gets done. But you can use 4 or whatever. But as long as the pie is going to be in there, you need to really have something around the edge of the crust. So I'm going to get all this in my crust, and I'm going to put it in my preheated oven, 400. And I'm going to check it. I'm going to check it at 30 minutes. And it's going to go as long as 45 minutes. It'll be done when you stick a fork through the middle and it comes out clean. Now before I put it in there, I'm going to sprinkle just a little bit of brown sugar on top. That'll give it kind of a crunchy, sugary top. Okay, we'll be back when it's done. Here we go, guys. Butternut squash pie. You know, the first time I heard of the butternut squash pie, I was a little bit skeptical. But as much as I love butternut squash, I knew how sweet the squash was when you roast it or steam it or anything. It's just really good. So, anyways, let's taste it. I'm telling you, if you didn't tell somebody that this was butternut, they wouldn't know. They would think it was squash. Now, it is sweeter. It's a sweeter squash than pumpkin is. It's really good. I'm going to have to make me some whipped cream for this. This is delicious. So, y'all need to try it. Butternut squash is very versatile, and I will be making more pies out of them now. My cousin Julie in Texas, she's the one that told me, she said, "Lord, have you ever ate a butternut squash pie?" And I said, "No." I said, "I make sweet potato pie for Danny all the time, and pumpkin pie." She said, "No." She said, "If you ever make a butternut squash pie, you'll never make another pumpkin pie." I thought, oh, I don't know about that, but this is really good. So y'all have to try it. If y'all have a butternut squash out in the garden, that's good. Y'all won't be disappointed. So try it, guys. I think y'all are going to like it. Hey, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up and share it. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe because it really helps me out. So I hope to see you guys next time. And make you a pie. And God bless everybody, and be safe.